Okay, so it's May 3rd, 2020. I made that soup, right? So what I'm going to end up doing here is making, you can see I have lots left. I have cooked rice, so I'm going to throw rice in there, right? A little bit, not too much. But this here I'm canning, okay? With no rice in it. There's a couple of noodles in there. You can see there's a noodle. 1 or 2 noodles, it's okay, right? As long as things can move around in there, you can see pretty much. This works out really, really good. Hold on. See, in the old days, big pot of soup like that was no problem. Now, you know, not that many people around now. Not like the old days. You know, Uncle John, the kids, right? So, but I purposely made a big pot of soup so that I could do this, right? Yeah, in part because I already have my canner out. Now this one doesn't have a pressure gauge on it, like that reading kind. It just has this one, but that's okay. It works. So I'll be 7 jars anyway. They're very hot. Alright. The last time I did this, the soup was really good. It worked out really well. So, that's another little thing that you can do when you working on food prep. Right? If you're going to make some soup, you got a pressure canner. It's worth the investment. You can pressure can. Right? So, I think I can put this in here. We'll see. I don't know what kind of rack I have here. It's hot. Just 7 jars. It's not very much. And then I'm going to make dumplings with the rest of that. Alright, and that will be good. Andre likes dumplings. And then just put a little bit of rice in there. So yeah, there we go. Oh, crooked. My stove is all crooked. Whatever. I don't know. This stove I bought in, oh my God, when did I buy this stove? When I left Wally's house. No. I bought this one in 2007. When I went into Gateway Apartments. I didn't want no apartment size stove or fridge. So 2007, so what? This stove is what? How many years? 13 years old? And I've only had to do a repair on it once, but I don't know. This guy never seems to get this one burner correct. So, there we go. It's not that hard, people. This is how you do it. Okay? Times are going to get tough. My landlady, when she asked me if I'm okay, right? In terms of like financially and stuff, right? In terms of what's going on with this coronavirus and all this. And, she said she's not trying to harass me, with the city and all that crap. And I told her I'm fine, I'm okay, like I'm managing. And I told her I've got food. I went off and I bought like $100 worth of chicken. Well, it wasn't quite $100, but might as well have been with the beef and everything, right? But what did I spend? $80, $70, $76, $77 on chicken, right? And I canned it, and she goes, chicken. Oh, what does she say? She thinks the chicken itself is contaminated, people, where you shouldn't buy it in the grocery store. And I told her, no, don't worry. I pressure canned it. No problem. There's no coronavirus in the chicken. She worried for me that I'm cooking chicken. This is what our government is doing, okay? Confusing the public and making them completely paranoid, even over chicken. Because I guess a couple of people supposedly got the coronavirus that works in a, food processing plant, right? And because of that, people are under the assumption now that all the chicken is contaminated, which isn't true, right? No. And again, people, just keep this in mind. They are not fact-checking these deaths, okay? They are fudging the numbers. Okay, people. Now it's May 4th. Look at this. But guess what? I get to work the land. Now this marrow plant, it's edible, okay? So I think what I'm going to do, because something has to be done, right? And these young men over here, they're not doing it. Sometimes it takes them a while to figure it out, right? Look how long it took my son to figure it out. And even then, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop down all these, a lot of them. Just come in and chop them down before they bloom. And then I'm going to have Tisha drop them off at a, I wouldn't call it a shelter, but, it works with homeless people, and they do lunches there and stuff, right? And people drop off food, and then the people inside take what they want. Well, I know Koreans like to eat this, right? Do you hear that dove? What are you doing there, Sky? Why are you following me around? Just another Mickey? I gotta cut my grass, people. So, but you see, it's in my best interest to dig this stuff out, because this is what happens. It's a very prolific plant. It's a good plant to, what do you call it? In time of famine, right? So anyway, I get to do something over there. So this year, I think I'm going to build at least one compost box. Because when you start weeding that, you go through it pretty fast. Right, in terms of weeds, they pile up. And then, I'm just picking off these things. Look at this ready to eat. Oh my God. Dinner. This blueberry plant. Look at it getting bigger and bigger. It grew. I don't know. There's Pumpkin. Hey, Pumpkin. How you doing? Huh? We're gonna get you a friend. Soon. It's just a baby right now. So, I have to build another little rabbit cage so we can put it in here and then introduce a friend for her, so she's not so lonely, because she's so sociable. She's a very sociable rabbit. Right? So that's in the plan. Anyway, hold on. Oh, look, that. Following me around. What can we see, people? Can we see anything in here? Okay, so this is what's happening. Apparently, out in the real world, everybody's all fucking being all rude. And they're all stressed out. Because our politicians has got everybody convinced that you might murder somebody with the coronavirus if you infect them. right? Psychological warfare, people. So anyway, I phoned up a place that is supposedly supposed to feed the homeless people. But because the government, you know, has got everybody on lockdown, right? What do you call it? They can only feed the people that are inside, that are actually staying there. So they've pushed away everybody else. They sent them away. They don't even let them loiter outside like they used to. And I said, well, where did the homeless people go? And he said he didn't know. And I said, well, you guys need to keep record of the people that are dying, like Ciera, because that's where they're going, some of these people, and they're not being documented, right? You know? So what I'm gonna do here is a social science experiment. I'm cutting these now because this is an edible food source with people going bankrupt, starving, not so much in Canada, but in the United States for sure, more and more, right? In Canada, we just let them die off, people like Ciera. That's what we do, right? And then we blame them for it. You know, she killed herself because she was a drug addict and she OD'd. Case solved. Let's move along. Right, let's grab some of these ones over here. So what I'm doing, oops. So much for this box. So what I'm doing, okay, can't really see me, but you can see what I'm doing here. I'm cutting these, and I'm gonna tie them up into batches, and then I'm gonna walk off with my box up over there. You'll see me. I'll bring the camera, and I'll give them away by donation. Yeah, if they don't want it, they don't have to take it. If they want it and they don't have money, they can still take it. If they want to make a donation, they can make a donation. Oh, hi. Oh, you meter guy, eh? Here's the meter guy. Huh? Do you know what kind of plant this is?
No, I don't know.
You don't know this one?
No.
No? Okay.
What's that?
Well, it's edible. You can eat it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Koreans used to live here. They loved it, right?
Oh.
Yeah, you look like you may be a little Asian. You got Asian in you? Huh? He's reading the meter.
What's that?
I said you look like you might be a little Asian.
Oh.
Are you a little Asian?
Yeah?
Yeah, you don't know what this one is, eh? Koreans like this.
Oh.
Yeah, do you want some?
No, thanks. I don't know how to eat, you know.
It's easy. You take this part, right? You pull, and then you eat the stem, and the leaves you cut and you steam it like a spinach, and then you make your own sauce.
Oh, really?
The Koreans, they loved it. They'd come and cut it all down, and so I'm wrapping it up, and I'm gonna take it out to the streets and give it away for free.
Oh.
Or maybe,
Interesting. I
you
don't know that.
do you want to take some home and try it?
No, thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Have a nice
Well, anyway, have a good day. All right, you're a nice, happy fella.
Yeah.
Happy fella. You're not too worried, right? So anyway, but you can see. All right. Doesn't hurt to try, people. If nobody takes it because they're afraid of the coronavirus, that just tells you how fucked up society is getting to be. And apparently, it's getting pretty fucking rough out there in the grocery stores. Everybody's all paranoid to be around each other. Like, this is so not healthy. As you got this mayor in New York putting out that, oh, well, you know, you gotta cover up this because if you don't, you're not protecting, you know, who you come into, you're gonna kill them, you're gonna kill them. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't they talk about this shit when it relates to fentanyl, right? Fentanyl is their government drug, people. Killing fucking 80,000, right? that's being documented in the United States of America. Fucking tens of thousands out in Canada, right? Only because we're only at, like, what, 36 million compared to almost 400 million in the United States. And nobody gives a shit, right? They're ready to just toss them off. Oh, Ciera killed herself. There is no conspiracy going on. You need to let it go, right? And I'm like, well, I'm not the only one that's watching these fucking videos that clearly shows that whatever police investigation that these police did was not an investigation, people. But yet they got you hiding out in your bloody house. That's a nice rock. Hiding out in your bloody house, scared to fucking go out in public. I mean, what kind of bullshit is that? They got you exactly where they want you. Right? Am I gonna get a fine for giving away free food? Just because he didn't know what it was doesn't mean that somebody else won't fucking know. Or wouldn't want to eat it. As they're being forced to only buy their food in the grocery store as it's being decimated, right? Where people don't even want to buy chicken now because they're afraid that the chicken might have the coronavirus. Because they're not getting all the information, people. They're getting that fear-mongering. That's what's happening, right? So, and then what we do, see? Like this, I'll show you. Right? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try this. And we'll wrap it up. Tie it. There you go. Look at that. That's a meal and a half right there. Okay? So now I'm just going to gather up a few more bundles. I'm going to gather up a few more bundles like this and put them in this. Well, this box kind of got broken. But anyway, I'll figure it out. And then I'm going to carry them off up by the... I don't know what the homeless have anymore, people. Right? Somewhere out there, somewhere in that vicinity. I don't even know if they got the food bank open. And I'm going to see if people want it. And if they don't want it, then the next time I come in here, I'm just going to toss the shit into the compost box. Right? And just watch society crumble around me. Okay. So that's 10 bundles. They're pretty fair size, people. You can see. Right? And then you can see what I've done. It doesn't look like much, but anyway. And then there's, oh, just carried the box. 2 more bundles right there. So that's 12. Okay, people. May 4th. I got my box of vegetable marrow. I don't know where I'm going. Apparently, all the churches are closed, so it's not like I can donate it to a church. I can't donate it to Sums, which is a place that used to provide meals for people that were struggling with poverty. Right? They didn't put no restrictions on who could sit down and eat. If you needed to eat, it didn't matter if you were homeless or not. They provided meals, right, for the people, but not anymore. They can't even accept donations. The only food that they can get is from, what is it called? Grocery stores. So, as the number of people are dying, like Ciera, of course that's not being reported, right, people? Right? Because, you know, they've got everybody convinced that people who do drugs deserve to die. Right, because they should have known better. Because all the drugs in BC are basically laced with fentanyl. So, this health minister will be, or health, she's not a minister. She's like a, I don't know, the wicked woman. You know, she's quick to talk on about the 109 deaths, or 12 deaths, or 14 deaths, right? Because it's been a few days around the coronavirus. But she won't talk about the Cieras that are dying out here. Okay? And that's because it brings in organs. The only reason she's going on about the coronavirus is because all these mayors, politicians, federal, state, provincial, whatever, they're all under the same playbook. Okay? So, that's the only reason. Other than that, they don't care how many people out on this street die. Right? Unless, of course, it relates directly to the coronavirus. Because if it relates to the coronavirus, then it suits their political agenda. But if it's like Ciera, then no. They don't give a rat's ass. Right? That's the safe injection site over there. That's what that is. So, let's go see. Maybe this person can help me decide what I should do. How you doing? I got some stuff here. Oh. I'm Ciera's mom. Well, I got some marrow here, vegetable marrow. So, I can't hear you. What? We don't want to film. No, I got it over there. Anyway, did you guys know Ciera? Yeah. She died, eh? Yeah. I'm her mom, right? That's horrible. I can't hear you. No, it's that way. Yeah, it's a good boy. Good boy. I know. Smells cats. Cats and raccoons. Cats and raccoons. Cats and raccoons. So, no, it's over there. So, I haven't been neglecting you guys. You know I got my little grandson. Here's my second daughter who's died, right? You know about ShaMay? Yeah. And what the cops did with Ciera is like really funky shit right now. Yeah, really funky shit. So anyway, I don't know if you know anybody that's got a kitchen that wants some vegetable marrow. It's like it's not like a spinach, but it's kind of like you cook it like a spinach. Huh? If I leave it here, can you give it out to the people for me? No. This is a vegetable plant. Here, I'll pull it out. I'll show you. Hold on. Okay. So I left it down there in the box. They'll hand them out to people as the people want them. That's what they used to do out here, right? So, you know. And if not, it will go in the compost, right? I turned off the camera, but we were talking about Ciera. They're looking forward for the celebration of life. They want to make sure that they're told about it when the time comes. Like I said, Ciera had a lot of friends out here, people. Okay? And, you know, this wicked woman that gets up on fucking YouTube, right, almost every damn day, isn't reporting on the numbers of Cieras that are dying and have been dying for at least, oh my God, it started in 2013, but they didn't freaking blow it up until 2014, 15, and then in 16, they couldn't fucking cover it up anymore. So that's when they kind of, oh well, it's an epidemic now. It's a crisis. All the junkies are killing themselves. Blah, blah, blah. They should know better. Oh, bring in this and bring in that. But, you know, Ciera's death went unnoticed. If you notice that, people, it went completely unnoticed. And Ciera is not the only one. As a matter of fact, those women that I was just talking to asked me about Andre's dad, right? And I'm like, I haven't seen him in years, people, okay? And I know he had no family. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not dead too, okay? Because he just up and disappeared. Completely fucking disappeared, all right? And that's kind of like what happened to Ciera. She just was here one day, poof, and gone the next. While the minister's running around making everybody freaking paranoid to even walk down the damn streets. Never mind stand in a grocery store. Hold on. Look how much that is, people. Can you see that? Look at the traffic. No people, very little traffic, right? It's like going into Zombieland. So anyway, as I'm walking, so I noticed how they brought out these killer fucking cigarettes 2 months or 3 months, whatever it was, like right before they started this crap, people, you know? And of course, no fact checks for the numbers of people dying from the coronavirus. Nobody's getting an autopsy done. I'm pretty sure about that, right? I don't think anywhere, right? Because they don't want that to happen. They don't want the truth to get out there. They like people, everybody hiding, being all paranoid, freaked out. They like getting up on the podium every day and bragging on about how important they are and how they know so much, right? They don't care if, like I said, the Ciera's die, right? That's one less problem for them. For every 800 people that die and are removed from the welfare roll, I already did the numbers on that one, right? You save something like $30 million in a year. And then you compound that 30 million to the next year, it becomes 60 million, and so on and so on and so on, as you keep adding in 800 more dying, right? I really need to do the quantum physics around that, you know, so that people can see how the government makes money off the backs of sorrow, right? And then just to keep the public from finding out, right? And we'll put everybody in their houses, scared to peek out their windows because they don't know what's coming next. They're waiting for the government to tell them what's going to come next. Okay? And because they don't want to be, what is it called? Rabble raisers, you know, stir the pot. They'll just go with the okie dokie. Ah, isn't that pretty? Look at those. Hey? Ah, this is my yard.